Ready?
Yeah.
Bill is kind of a wild one.
I think he had fantastic dreams about his future, although he never told them out loud.
It was an attempt to go around the world by snowmobile.
I didn't have a clue where the hell we were.
We should have had our head examined, but we didn't.
You mean the drug end of it?
Yeah, and that was the 70s, you know.
Well, Mike Scholtz is the filmmaker behind Wild Bill's Run. Welcome to the playlist.
Thank you.
Cool, that trailer's enough to hook me. Okay, who is Wild Bill Cooper?
That was the idea of the teaser.
Good,
Yeah.
You got me. So
Yes.
what got you? Why is his story compelling?
Well, you know, I first heard about him from a friend, Paul Lundgren. He told me that this 16 millimeter footage existed of this mysterious Arctic expedition in the 1970s. And he introduced me to a couple of the guys who were involved in it. And he really hooked me when he said the guy who led the expedition completely disappeared in the late 70s. No one knows what happened to him. So
There's a caper in there a little bit. Is there a cliffhanger in this film, or you can't tell me? Can you?
I can't really tell you without spoiling the end of the film. But yeah, I like to call it an Arctic crime caper.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. So tell me, you're a local filmmaker from the Duluth area.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about the process. Who's involved? You know, great music.
Yeah, we have a lot of talent right here in Duluth, and so I rely a lot on my friends who I've met, you know, here in Duluth. Dean Voigtman was the cinematographer and really the associate producer on it. And then I love putting local musicians in the film, involving them in the film. So Brian Barber provided some music for the trailer that we just saw, and he also did a lot of the animation. There's a short cartoon segment which he was perfect for. Tim Kaiser and Paul Connolly and his band, Portrait of a Drowned Man, they provided some music for it as well. So it's a Duluth effort. I'm very proud of it.
How hard was just the research? I mean, okay, you have this great piece of film, but how do you find the people who knew him?
Yeah, I've been working on it for about 4 years, and it's just now premiering and coming out to festivals. And it was just a little bit at a time. Paul Lundgren introduced me to the first couple of guys, and then, you know, they thought I wasn't a awful human being, and they introduced me to a couple of the other guys, and then I got in touch with the subject, Bill Cooper's family, and so far, no one thinks I'm an awful guy. So that's kind of how you just meet people. And
But 4 years is a long time to invest. I mean, do you feel like this is Mike Scholtz in a how long is this documentary?
it's an hour, and now that you put it that way, it doesn't seem like it was 4 years well spent. But yeah, I think it was 4 years well spent. I've been doing other things in the meantime. You know, I have 3 dogs, a lovely girlfriend. You know.
Well, and also produced another documentary called Madtown, yes, that's
Yep.
circulating, and a few
Yep.
other projects. So
Yep.
you are a busy man. So tell me about Wild Bill's Run, and it had its premiere just last week.
Yep,
in
2
the Twin
weeks
Cities?
ago at the Minneapolis-St. Paul International Film Festival, MSPIF, had its premiere. Some of the guys who were in the film came out and did the question and answer with me, and we had all these vintage snowmobile fans just coming out of the woodwork, just fascinated with the old 70s snowmobiles.
Do people remember this story? I mean, do they remember this kind of crazy adventure over the North Pole?
It's
right?
interesting. There's a mix. A lot of people remember the story. I think people up here in Duluth remember it, but I had a lot of people down in the Twin Cities who had never heard of it before. And a couple of festival programmers actually wrote back to me and said, is this a mockumentary? Did this really happen? But as far as I know, it did.
Awesome. So where does it go from here?
In one week, it's playing at the Seattle True Independent Film Festival.
Okay.
which I guess is stiff for short. The competition to get in was
Pretty stiff.
fierce.
So northern Minnesota's opportunity to see this is at the Free Range Film Festival,
That's right.
and that is in July, the 27th and 8th, and I understand you can get more information on the Free Range Film Festival website, right?
Yep, we always have information on the website, and I think we're in our 9th year now doing a festival in a barn.
Funding for the playlist is provided by the citizens of Minnesota through the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund and by viewers like you.